Bagging and Boarding, Episode 1. Got a fat stack of comic books to bag and board up. Marvel Fanfare, number 44, June 89, Ken Stacy. Look at this awesome wraparound cover. Dr. Doom on the back there. He gives a special thanks to Rodney Dunn, Steve Lealoa, and Andrew Pratt on this one. Andrew Pratt lettered it, but the other two guys were just guys that he came up with in Star Reach and Orb and all those indies in the 70s and 80s. Look at the coloring in this thing. Unbelievable. So much better than, well, Fanfare was always better than what was out there at the time. And of course, that's what Ken's known for, is his colors. Got another bookmark here. What's in there? Oh yeah. Doom. Chilling by the fireplace, drinking wine. Playing with the fire poker. Looking fabulous. All right. Mage number 10 and 12. December 85 and April 86. Matt Wagner, Sam Keith. Brilliant stuff. This whole issue is like warm colored, which is cool. All of these have the Grendel backups in them that were later compiled in what was it called? Devil by Deed. Yeah, really strong stuff. Originally just getting all of these because I want all the Grendel stuff, but I'm liking Mage too. These two came with unverified signatures on them, which are the best kind of signatures because I don't have to pay for them. These were $3 a piece. Yeah, number 12. These all have wraparound covers on the back that show Grendel. That. Oh, a Jack Kirby petition. I always pause when I see one of these and note who's putting it out. And those were everywhere in 1986. You can see it in Cerebus and 11 Rockets. Sam Keith's starting to look like Sam Keith too, and faces and stuff. Amazing High Adventures. Was originally just picking up these because one of them had a Stacy story in it, and I'm trying to collect all his stuff, but the whole run was only, $10, so like $2 a pop. These things are better than I expected. They're thick. They're ad-free. They're just these dense 50-page ad-free books that are like anthology books for kids. It's almost like Heavy Metal Junior. So it's almost like getting kids ready for non-hero stuff. Yeah, it's got this awesome Steve Lealoa and Louise Simonson piece here. Thought that was cool. And then look at the names in this thing, right? Like Steve Englehart, John Severin, with Marie Severin as well. Anna Senti, Louise Simonson, Steve Lealoa. It's got that awesome Bill Sienkiewicz cover as well. And of course, right on the back, this big ad for Epic Illustrated. Like, hey kiddos, you like this PG stuff? Then you got something better. I got 5 issues of this, but look at these names. Williamson, Nascenti, Englehart, Sienkiewicz, Austin, Blevins, Mignola, Warner, Potts, more Mignola, Mike Barron, Mary Severin. Oh, they got these cool galleries in them too. Here's a cool Bill Sienkiewicz samurai piece. Mike Mignola, look at that. Civil War. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Blevins and Al Williams. Terry Austin. This is the Murray Severin and John Severin piece. Look at how well that is done. This is on good, better paper too. It's almost like the Marvel Fanfare type cardstock. As I said, these things are dense. They got like 4 or 5 stories in each one. All by, you know, the best in the business. All non-hero stuff. Look at this early Mignola stuff. Already looking like him from the get-go. Steve Bissett. So obviously you got this awesome John Bolton cover, and then a fully painted John Bolton interior story, which is amazing. Like, this is, I had no idea who this was before I opened it, and then I looked more into it, and I'm like, wow, this guy's awesome. I'll have to find more of his stuff. More of the John Murray Severin stuff, really sharp looking. Yeah, and the Bissett piece. And of course he's doing dinosaurs. Got to do all these awesome skeletons to go in between the 3 panels there. Tight stuff. I didn't know he did any work for Marvel. This may be it. Cool dinosaur story. Anyways, oh, and look at that. Electro Assassin, Ad Bill Sienkiewicz. What if they used this anywhere in the book? I don't know. I don't remember it. Yeah, and then this is the issue that I bought it for, right? The Ken Stacy piece, which is just an excuse for him to draw a whole bunch of plain interiors, which is what he could do all day if you asked him to. Look at this. He's a self-professed Air Force brat and plain nerd. Check out Tempest Fugitive if you're into this ultra detailed aviation stuff. Yeah. Oh, another Stacy book. Look at that. Awesome panel. They even used the last page. No ads. These things are great. I'd pay $1 for them. All right, another Stacy Incredible Hulk cover. $2.94. I think this is the only time he ever drew Hulk in his life. Covers are pretty bland. Sal Buscema stuff. This is not a good period of Marvel. Look at that. Well-placed fog. But yeah, this awesome Ken Stacy cover. I mean, if you had to put that beside like the Buscema, like Milgram cover that probably bookended this thing would have been like, what the heck is this? Some books you just buy for the cover. Here's another one. Legion of Superheroes Annual 3, another Stacy cover with awesome Bouncing Boy here. Karate Kid, Night Girl, Cosmic Boy, and Comet Queen. Taken off from Cape Canaveral or something. And again, like... Sorry, Greg Rock and Mike DiCarlo, but I got this for the cover. I could do a whole episode on these True North books. Oh my god. I didn't know what I was getting. I was just getting it for this awesome Stacy cover, back cover rather. This was put out against censorship and in Canada in 1988, 89. When was it? Sorry. Yeah, sometime in 89, 90, the cops raided a comic shop in Calgary, Alberta. Took 192 obscene books from them, and this is basically a bunch of comics royalty coming together to create money for their legal defense. And you got Dave Sim, of course, just doing the cover there, and then it starts off with this incredibly obscene Chester Brown piece, which is just hilarious. 2-page there, just parodying politicians. They're just these typical Chester Brown, naked, ugly beings. And yeah, you got some Reed Fleming. Ty Templeton doing Klaus Schonberg's or Schoenfeld's character, Kelvin Mace. I think Klaus, Mr. Schoenfeld was dead by this point, and this may be Ty Templeton paying tribute to his lost friend. I just recently picked up Kelvin Mace #1. It's great. If you like Lobo, you'll love Kelvin. William Van Horn did a 3 or 4 page piece. He's one of the great duck artists. Dave Day, that's Gene Day's brother, also Dan Day's brother. Bernie Moreau with one of the stronger pieces in the book, where this big hand of the artist comes in and plucks the offending officer away and just tosses him into space, which is fantastic. Whole bunch of, like, you pause back there on the index, you'll see all the people that contributed to this. Matt Wagner, this cool little E.E. Cummings poem. Pity this busy monster, mankind. And of course, C-54, alluding to Bill C-54, which was the obscenity laws. This is George Freeman, longtime Captain Canuck artist. Seth, Mr. Seth here, with his take on Babar, the elephant. Going to teach us back about censorship. I love this ugly art. Oh, and finally here, yeah, Gordon Derry, Warlock 5 from Aircell, doing this awesome 2-little piece here called Asteroid, for obvious reasons. It's got a xenomorph, which is cool. But yeah, bought it just for this. Got a lot more. There's a second one. Unfortunately, they had to do this again a few years later. I'll have to find that one. Andromeda. This may very well be the best black and white indie magazine I've come across. This one particular issue was amazing. So if what I read is true, Paul Revichet was only in high school, or maybe just finished high school when he did this, and it took him a full year to do this adaptation of Arthur C. Clarke's Exile of the Eons. And man, is it tight. There's no way this can be a kid. Because it's just crazy good. It just blew my mind. Each panel is just a masterpiece. I mean, it's not very dynamic. It's pretty slow and meandering, but I mean, I really liked it. You see Paul's work a lot in independent comics from the 70s, if that's what you're looking for. He's around. He had a good career. Did animation afterwards. Unbelievable. So yeah, you'll see him doing Mr. X as well. I think what most of you might know him for is he was the art director of Batman Beyond. And then right after that, and I love how the splash page that ends this Ricochet piece goes into this Don Marshall piece. I don't know if they knew, or if it just one ended that way, one started this way. But this Don Marshall piece is absolutely fantastic too. Now this is a guy, if you like Droulet or you like Mobius, you really like Don Marshall. He was the Canadian equivalent of those heavy metal guys. Absolutely fantastic. Did a few of these anthology mags, and then never made anything again. Just completely disappeared out of comics. I think there's probably less than 10 Don Marshall pieces. I probably have them all. But even if he's just completely ripping on those heavy metal guys, I mean, like you can see here too, like it's all like deserts and canyons, just straight up Mobius. But man, is it fantastic regardless. I mean, the world could use more artists that at least try to be that good. You always get these great Robert McIntyre Silver Snail ads with Archon in the back of these ones too. And then a great Don Marshall back piece as well. They said this guy could have, if he just hung in there a bit longer, maybe if he was publishing in a different country other than Canada. I got number 5 as well. Tony Mears is another guy that went on to animation. I think a lot of these Canadians got scooped up first by Nelvana, which was a Canadian animation studio, and then just went on to bigger and better places from there. I always Google the names of these underground Canadian artists from the 70s, and I swear, half of them ended up in animation. These Andromedas are pretty cheap if you find them. Then, right up here, Derek Carter. This is a very, like a Howard Chaykin, Walt Simonson type style. Really strong again. Another Don Marshall piece. So it looks like it's right out of heavy metal. And then Tom Nisbet. Really like his stuff. It almost looks like proto-anime, the way he draws his features. Again, another guy that went on to animation afterwards. Yeah, these are really strong anthology magazines. If you can pick up these Andromedas, do it. Canadian from the 70s and 80s. Going back even further in Canadian black and white anthologies is Orb. It's Robert McIntyre, the same guy that did the snail ads. This John Allison story is really cool. You always got to have a splash page of a giant spaceship in the 70s. What year was this again? 74. 1974. Yeah, really strong stuff. Doing that like Steranko type arrangements on pages. You know, guy was reading his Strange Tales. Speaking of Steranko, wow, look, sorry, there's a coincidence. Look at that awesome Steranko ad. This is for a small Comic-Con at York University in 1974 in the Winters College. Never seen that before. Lots more independent comics to stuff. This guy's great as well. Then, this is what I bought it for originally. Ken Stacy's first published work, I believe, a little 2-pager called Super Student. Pretty strong. This guy gets turned into a superhero just at the sight of seeing a drug's about to be injected into his friend by these pushers. That's what they do. They stick it right into you. So he turns into super student and kicks one of their faces right through a wall. And that's about it. 2 pages. Welcome to comics, Ken Stacy. Got a color piece in the middle with Jim Craig, another guy that went on to animation. Carcass is pretty cool. All this Matt Russ stuff I come across, I really like his stuff. It's almost like Hernandez Brothers style. But this is 74 Realize, right? And then boom, Gene Day. At this point, 21, 22, 23, somewhere in there, years old. Really early 20s. But look at this already. An amazing artist. Really strong piece. Lose a lot of them young, man. Oh my God. And then I love seeing all these old ads too, like Baka, Captain Whizbang. Next issue, Orb went to magazine size. So now I get to buy a different size of bag. More Ken Stacy. This time premiering Electric Warrior. I don't know if this is related to DC's Electric Warrior at all. I know that Ken did a cover for Electric Warrior. I don't know if that's a coincidence. They're tied. I don't think they are at all. They don't look the same. This is really strong stuff. I love seeing Ken stuff in black and white because, I mean, he's a colorist, right? He's a painter. He's known for his colors. So you strip the color and then you see just the form of his work. Something that it didn't last too long after this. Once he got a hold of color printing, he never really looked back. Yeah, more Matt Rust. Love this guy. I'll have to find more of his stuff. These 2 mags are my first 2 times seeing him. There's a Peter Sue piece. Then boom, look at this. Gene Day doing the color. He's doing everything. Art, script, color, lettering. He's doing penciling, inkling, everything. Look at this fantastic like EC style horror pre-code style. This has got to be one of my favorite spreads. Already, instant classic. So good. So good. Yeah, so if you want to find the, Gene Day beyond the, Master of Kung Fu and all those Marvel books that he did, I thought that this pick of Cadaver was pretty awesome. Looked pretty metal for 1974. I guess Alice Cooper was around by that point. Yeah, that was a good score. All right, getting towards the end here. Star Reach, issue 17. This is the worst issue of Star Reach, easily. It's poorly printed. It's pamphlet thin. It's got no back cover. And it's pretty much got no good content. I think Mike Friedrich was running out of, I don't know, people sending him stuff. I mean, this is towards the end. I mean, this one piece here by Cons could have been a worthy piece if they didn't completely screw up the printing. Like, I don't know if you can see, but look at that compared to that. Like, this is how it should have been, but it's all offset and it completely ruined it. It happens to a couple pages. Then this one here, this one story is silent and it's oversaturated, so you can't see what's going on in the dark. Like, I would have been disappointed if I bought this in the 70s for my $1.25, whatever that's worth today. And then you do get one good story in the back that's done well, but again, they screw up the printing. I mean, it's no wonder that Star Reach only lasted one more issue after this. This would have ticked me off, especially since, you know, the precedent that Star Reach started, you know, like with P. Craig Russell, Howard Chaykin, Jim Starlin, Ken Stacy, to end up at like this towards the end. It's more on that later. I mean, the only reason I bought it is because I won all 18 issues. I think even the bad issue 17, I mean, it's still a historically important run, and I want to have them all, the good and the bad. It gets a little better with its final issue, 18, because of course it's got a Lee Mars story. She's heads and tails better than anything that appeared in the last issue. This wraps up her Stark's Quest storyline, which had run through most of the Star Reach issues. Oh yeah, Masakai Mukaida. Probably one of the first times he ever had to read a Japanese name in comics, North American comics at least. I don't know if this is the first like Japanese looking stuff to come out in North America. I don't know if there's anything before. What year is this again? 1979? Yeah, October 79. I don't know if there was any manga here by that point. All right. Imagine is a Star Reach publication. This one here was published at the same time that I think 17 and 18 were. So same time frame, just a sister magazine. This one got a great cover by Michael T. Gilbert. And look at the shape this is in. I just got to show you too. So I got Imagine 6 as well. So just for context. Yeah. I don't know if this thing's ever been opened before. Got a letter from Will Eisner. Anyways, the stuff that starts out front is really good. It almost looks like Dore, like from Divine Comedy etchings. Awesome stuff. Then you get the Michael T. Gilbert piece. This is the last part of his A Dream of Milk and Honey story. It has some renown. And that's that, I think. So, pretty good issue of Imagine. And then this is the last issue of Imagine. Starts off with this really great piece. Ken Stacy and Dean Motter working together, and this is great. I've never seen Stacy that's this rough. Like working with someone else like Motter just makes him more gritty, I guess, which is something I've never seen him. Like he's got such a clean line. Now they're longtime collaborators. They were at Vortex together, and they did The Sacred and the Profane, you know, for both Star Reach and Epic Illustrated. But yeah, it's great to see it at this size too, and two great people. I love Motter stuff as well. University of Toronto building. I've walked up those stairs. Look at this great spread. You don't ever get to see Ken Stacy being this gory or violent anywhere else. Another Mukaida strip, 2-page gag. And some pretty strong stuff throughout. I was pretty happy to get this one. I do need the first 4 issues. Just 5 and 6 I have now, but This P. Craig Russell piece at the end is the alternative ending to the Siegfried and the Dragon piece that appeared in Epic Illustrated 4, 7, I forget. Anyways, there you go. Off to bag these now. A note on supplies. I use a Proline, everything Proline, Comic Proline bags, boards. I just find that they're better. I've been using the standard stuff for so long. When these appeared, it seems like everybody's on them now, and they do rip a bit on the sides. They do rip the tape a bit sometimes, I find, when you're trying to reopen them, something I do since I read my comics a lot. But yeah, that's what I use. So anyways, let's bag these up. All right, I'm back. That took me about half an hour. Anyways, another note, just quickly on supplies before I move on. As I said, I use a Comic Proline, silver regular, silver, and golden. And for boards, I use the corresponding board, also from Comic Proline. If you can find vintage collectibles, I recommend them as well. Just a hot tip here. I'm just gonna say the weighted tape dispenser was a game changer for me. You might not think it, but man, I love this thing. Even something as simple as what tape do I use? Scotch green. For me, there is no other. There you go. That's the one. All right, here we go. I had to reuse the magazine size bags from the store. They were brand new. He had just bought this collection and put these bags on probably only a few weeks ago. So I did successfully remove all the stickers from them. For removing sticker residue on poly bags, here, these are the golden sized. I use a microfiber cloth and hand sanitizer. I find that works really good. All right, this is the silver size. I didn't use any of my silver regulars today, even though I probably could have on these modern sized, like the copper modern stuff, because I don't have the corresponding board right now. So everything here is magazine, gold, and silver. These Comic Proline bags have a really nice sheen to them. They're just thicker and glossier than your standard poly that you would have been getting from anybody for the last 30 years. I don't know, I just kind of like feel like the bag game's kind of stepped up. There you go. I'll see you next time. I got another box in the mail right now for my Boxing Day purchase. So I'll be excited to receive those whenever they come in the next week or so. Until then, Happy New Year, eh?